Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the new banner World of Dawn that's coming up, and probably rant a little bit about the rampant power creep that's been going on lately. No, excuse me, that's not quite right. Power leap! That would be the better term. Now I understand that power creep is a necessary evil. I mean, I played gachas before, like Unison League. God, that game has so much power creep. But you see, when you do too much and too quickly and pissing all over the plus 10 units I invested, that's where we're going to have a problem. You know, I really have to thank those guys who spent money on ERA after they themselves made a video ranting about it on YouTube or some righteous proclamation on some forums, and then a few days later they have a plus 10 ERA on there from that stupid trap banner. Thanks to you guys, now it's progressed to the point where intelligence system no longer tries to hide it. You know, it'll be kind of funny if we get another interview with IS now, and we have a little talk about power creep again. I wish I am some respected journalist and can make the trip to see Shingo and punch him in the face for lying to me. But alas, that's not the goal for today's programming. Now, today, the first hero introduced is Mikaya. She's the picture example of power creep. Her skills has a description of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I'm not surprised if you're unable to read them. Her personal weapon, Thani, carries 2 weapon effectiveness. 2, goddammit, against horses and armored units. You know, I think it's really cool that IS decides that for Christmas to give us 4 goddamn overpowered super BST armor units. You know, no Merry Christmas or anything, just here, a stupid banner with armor units for you to piss your orbs into. And now, they immediately screw you over with this. You know, alright, okay, fine. The weapon itself might have been okay if it's only been effective against one type. But nah, let's make it 2. Oh, and then toss a plus 3 res on top of it. And then add an additional 30% damage reduction against range units of cavalry and armor units. Okay, dude, you prove your point. You hate the meta so much that you yourself push. Great job fixing it. You know, I'd much rather take nerfs in this game than having to deal with increasingly ridiculous weapons like this. What's next? A weapon that is effective against all movement types, with all sorts of crazy bonuses that you would need a magnifying glass over your damn cell phone to look at? Please! This is why real-time PvP would just destroy the game. Next, we have Sacrifice. Now, remember that time when I was reviewing Guntra and I mentioned that they would power creep Harsh Command? Well, here it is, with an additional reciprocal aid effect attached to it too. By the way, guess what? Skill is not inheritable. So what's next? We're going to have reposition that does the same thing soon. You toss someone's salad and then all of a sudden all the penalties become bonuses? I hate seeing precedents after precedents, especially with parts that are locked to characters. Now as for the rest of her skills, she does have distance defense 3, guard, and drive attack 2. So not only is her skills completely busted, but she's also extremely juicy as skill inheritance. They literally put everything on her because, yup, we know that there are rapid Mikaya fans out there. Well, who knows, maybe one of them won't disappoint me and actually save 1,000 or more free-to-play orbs just to get her. Anyway, as for the stats, she fits the description of a regular mage, though she is kinda slow, but her resistance is completely off the chart. I mean, 35 and the weapon on top of that, that's 38! Perfect for ploys, ridiculous damage on glacies, and so on and so forth. Combined with her distant defense, armor effectiveness, armor reduction, and color typing, this horrible creature is basically made to give Christmas Tharja the biggest bitch slap in her entire life. I'm so glad I did not invest on Christmas units as anything but parts. Now, if I were to run her though, I think I would go with plus speed still, because that would place her at a much safer tier, especially against dragons. Those actually manhandle her. Those Dargons, yo, they'll manhandle her. Although plus dev isn't too bad either, because then I can build her like I did with Julia and tank missile attacks of all types. Plus res is okay as an option, though I think she has more than enough of that. And finally, plus attack is really good to help her take down those things that she is effective against in one shot. But all in all, I think it's best to push her speed. That and defense are her primary weakness and should be patched. Because of the way she is, only minus HP is really acceptable as a Bane, because, you know, I bet if IS started this game now, HP IVs would probably have plus 5 variances instead of plus 3 that they have now. But HP is an easy toss, especially on slower units. Res isn't too bad either, because she would have 35 res after that, though I would still prefer minus HP. All in all, Micaiah is an extremely powerful and overpowered unit. If you actually saved your orbs for the day she comes because you're a fan, well then you lucked out. Though I doubt many of you actually saved your orbs for very long. Well, I guess there's always spending money. Okay, so next dude we have is Soth. Now this guy also is a goddamn power creep. You know, they've been trying to power creep Kagero for some time now. Halloween Sakura, New York Takumi, and now Soth, who outright gets one more attack and speed over her. Dude, like, really, is nothing sacred? Well, okay, maybe stones are, but seriously, I just started putting in feathers into Kagero, and now you pissed in my cup. You know what, though? Forget him, I'm still going to get my Kagero to plus 10 something. Anyway, his unique weapon, of course it would be, is Peshkats. This thing allows him to buff him and everyone around him in a 2-tile radius while debuff the enemy and every enemy around that enemy for 4 to all stats apiece. Like, seriously, dude? Alright, I know that daggers has not been in the best places until recently, but man, I've been making plans, okay? I've been making plans for Jacob called Black Butler, and he would steal dev and res from people and give them to Nino so she can rip everyone's faces off, and now you're telling me you're going to power creep that too? You monsters! This total buff and debuff combination basically power creeps Smoke Dagger as well. We're talking about a difference of 8. Like, really, dude, why are you guys just pissing all over your old heroes? Seriously? But anyway, alright, so what could be transferred off of him is actually pretty good as well. So Life and Death, as you know, always good on certain units, while Spur Attack and Speed is quite powerful. I've been waiting for that for some time. So if I do pull on this banner, I would pull Soth just so I can have Elise and Sakura eat him and then share sloppy kisses with each other while they feast on his flesh. Now, if I do use him, I think I would run plus speed and minus HP. It gives him a nice speed to not get doubled in initial combat, and yeah, he gets a super bane of 4 HP, but that stupid dagger will more than make up for it. After he steals her stats and debuff the enemy, he and his team can just steamroll over them. I could also run plus attack and run poison dagger or something if that ever gets refined, but that would be an insult to Kagero, so I would never do that. It's not like I would give up his broken ass Peshkats anyway. Okay. Now finally, we have Zelgius, of whom they decide that instead of giving him his nice red armor, they're just going to make him wear the Burger King. Great going! Yeah, you know, I much prefer Burger King to just be simply a suit of badass armor, because I feel that that threatening look that armor has really defined him. Now he's just another blue-haired guy in Fire Emblem. Woohoo! Well, since I would end up building him like I would be the Burger King anyway, there's really not much I can talk about him. His Alondite is nice and usual, and, you know, sword with distant counter. I'm actually honestly surprised they didn't power creep that by adding in some stats and some other crazy effects. Meanwhile, he kept his Black Luna, and as usual, it is a powerful move, extremely powerful move, for only 3 charges. The Fierce stance he comes with is alright, but nothing compared to Steady Breath as a counter-attacking option. For his B slot, he gets the Warp Powder, letting him teleport to any ally within 2 spaces as long as he has above 80% health. Well, while his speed, now that he can have IVs, does give him the ability to choose a different B skill if need be, his cute little glitters are not really gonna help him in actual combat. Though I guess it can work as a nasty surprise for someone in the arena if he decides to run, life and death with Heavy Blade or something. That way, if he doubles someone, gets hit on a counterattack, he can obliterate the enemy in that exchange with a solid Black Luna. Though he might need some armor march support to get the set unit, unless they're packed tightly together in an armor team or something, so he can shuffle in and out on them. I still like Wrath, Vengeful Fighter, or Bold Fighter as an option on him though. Those are really, really deadly options. And finally, we have his C skills, Panic Ploy. That's great, well, except he lost some weight from laying off the fast foods. 46 is still pretty decent for non-armor units and some infantry, but with the way HP has been handed out like candy lately, thanks to Weapon Refinery, it's not all that great either. Not to mention, you would have to deal with supported units who have extra HP, or blessed units that have extra HP. So it's really not as great as it used to be, but it still works. Anyway, so if I were to use him, I would go for plus speed so I can do more with his B slot. That's what I would have done if Burger King could have IVs. His HP and resistance could be tossed out in exchange. Both of them works. If you look to be tankier against magic with Distance Defense 3 as your seal, and run wards with your armor team, then keep your res and lose the HP. If you want to use Panic Ploy, then you need to keep your HP. No questions about it. Well, that's pretty much it for my review of the World of Dawn banner. The power creep is getting really real. It's making me consider to just not spend any money until someone interesting like Levitate or something gets dropped on the banner or something. And then I'll save again. But, we get like, what, 300 something free-to-play orbs a month? 200 something? So, maybe I'll just save orbs. Maybe I just won't spend money again. I don't know. I have to see. I'm still thinking about parts that I might need. But other than that, these heroes don't particularly interest me. So, anyway, I thank you all for watching. And sorry about the ranting, but such is how it is. It's just really frustrating. Until next time.